What if you've spent your entire life believing you're behind because someone else handed you a finish line that was never yours? When we're kids in the beginning, the first things that we do in life is we learn how to create and we learn how to consume. But somewhere along the lines, we get older and we have to take on jobs to supply our lifestyle, to supply the things that we need. And so there becomes a timeline of basically where you should be that society decides, and we get further away from that natural space of creation and consuming things that help us create. Society decides what age you should have this done by, what age you should have that done by, and there's so many expectations on where you should be by a certain age. Should you have children by this age? Should you have your money in the bank that's supplying your lifestyle and beyond more? And we're never really taught to question everything or to question those invented timelines, or to even ask who invented those timelines. Who decided where you're supposed to be by 30 or 40 or 50? We all have different journeys. We grow up a certain way and we lead different life paths, whether that's going to school or whether it's taking a path that doesn't lead you towards school. And the timing is just different for each and every one of us. Our purposes are going to be different in life. No two trees bloom on the same day. Basically, that means that what's going to be designed for the next person's life is not going to be the same as yours. Why should people want to be the same? Why should people want to match up to the same deadlines? Presence matters. It's about what are we doing today? Noticing now and being able to live fully in that moment. But because we've been worried about so many other things, like can we pay for this, or are we going to be able to supply that, we can end up missing the moment and not just living in that moment of fully being able to create and consume the things that are beautiful, consume the nature around us, consume the art around us. You can miss your entire life waiting for your real life to begin, for this life that you have designed in your head, that you told yourself you was going to have all of these things done by a certain age. But growth isn't linear. Forward, sideways, the unexpected lessons that come along the way, and just embracing those lessons and seeing what is it that I could take from this lesson, what is it that I could learn, and just being able to trust in that process as it's happening. Sometimes we feel like a detour becomes the path because things may not have hashed out the way that we wanted, so we accept the path that we're on, the new path, when in actuality it may have just been something that happened for the moment, a lesson that we needed to learn, but it wasn't always the path that we were supposed to go down or that we had to go down. Life isn't school. It's no grades, there are no deadlines, and no rankings. So I just wonder, why is it that we move that way? Like we're still in grade school, where we're worried about how we're going to get graded on this or how we're going to get graded on that. And it's like everyone's in a rush to go nowhere, because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, life is just simply over. Nobody graduates from life first. If you think about people like Kobe Bryant, even though he did so much and had so many accomplishments in his life, he never really got to enjoy that point of retirement. And he is someone that we could all agree that's well accomplished, right? But then you think about, what is it that he had planned after the league, after playing professional basketball for so many years? There are countless people that we could name that are well accomplished and did wonderful things in the very beginning of their lives. Tupac, did phenomenal things, even though he had some hiccups. But one would still say that he made the most of his life. Biggie Smalls. But people that lived a short life, but I'm sure if we were able to bring them back and ask them, would it have been more that they wanted? I'm sure that the answer would have been yes. And then you have people that lived long lives and still feel unfulfilled. So it's just one of those things where we have to place peace over pressure and release urgency. Remember to breathe deeply. Keep becoming. Pressure often becomes a comparison. We can get so busy comparing ourselves to somebody else's goals. Peace comes from acceptance and just knowing that it's okay to go at whatever pace we go at. Walking confidently in that and trusting that timing, that whenever we get there, that was the best time possible that we could have gotten there. And to know that it's okay to keep moving. Fast doesn't always mean better. So you could go really, really fast at life and it all ends early. Or you could go really, really slow at life and still not be accomplished in the things that it is that you want to do. So making the experience meaningful is the best thing that you can do. Making the moments count that you think should count, that means something to you, that will mean something to the people that you love. Are you really doing something that you want to do with your life? If we think about how unique of an experience that it is to get here, we are all literally 1 in a million. Coming from our parents, we're 1 in a million. There is no finish line. We just have to keep growing and continuing to blossom in this experience called life. I think when you stop growing, that's when you stop creating. So part of growing is going through that creation process and learning, living, gaining those experience, gaining that knowledge that maybe we wouldn't otherwise have. So maybe life is not something that you complete, and it's absolutely no reason to be in a rush, because where are we all rushing to? At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, we're all pretty much going to end up in the same place. Maybe it's something that you experience and you just enjoy the experience while you're here. And some of the things that you do while you're here will be able to bless others in their experience. They're able to learn and take something away from that as they consume your experiences. And as you consume the experiences of others, you're able to learn and take away from their lessons. That becomes your lesson and makes your journey and your path a little bit easier. It's really no need to be in a rush. There's no need to feel behind, because at the end of the day, we're all going to end up in the same place. Maybe you're not behind. Maybe you're just measuring your life against someone else's clock. Stop asking, am I behind? And start asking, am I becoming the person that I want to be? You can't be late to a journey that was designed only for you.